Hi everyone, welcome to the Dice Tower. My name is Chris, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Ubongo 3D. If you thought that Ubongo in 2 dimensions was adequate, Cosmos said no. Let me show you how it's played. This is the setup for a game of Ubongo 3D! Every player is going to have their own set of 8 puzzle pieces, 2 in each color. There's going to be a sand timer, a die, and then 9 rounds worth of gems set up. Players will be racing to complete these gems, and then also to get these other ones in this bag that I will explain later and make fun of. But players are going to start with 9 cards in front of them. You can choose green for easy, yellow, orange, or red for most difficult. In this example, I'm going to go ahead and try and do a yellow here. When all players are ready, you will roll the die and determine which set of puzzle pieces you'll be using for the round. This is a 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, or 6. So in this case, number 4, I'll grab both red pieces, this green L piece, and then the blue wacky doodle here. When all players are ready, they're then going to go flip over the sand timer, and boom! Players will have this amount of time to try and get these pieces puzzled into... Oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Okay. They have to try to make everything fit in their... Did I do something wrong here? Oh, I certainly did. Oh no. Here we go, let's try this. So the sand timer is still going. I have to try and make this entire puzzle piece thing fit into the given squares that I have in the amount of time. Oh no, that's not right. Oh dear. Oh, how about this? And then, whoa-bam! I did it within the sand timer. I have all of the pieces fitting within the restrictions shown on my card, and they are no more than 2 stacked high. So that is the 3D nature of Ubongo. Now, if the first player is able to finish it within the sand timer, they'll get the blue crystal worth 3 points. The second person to do it within the sand timer will get the amber crystal worth 1 point. Now let's say that no one was able to complete it within the first go of the sand timer, and none of them have done it. You'll flip it over again and then keep going. And still, the first person to get it gets the blue gem, the second person gets the amber gem, but everybody who finishes it within either the first or the second sand timer, right, whichever one people whichever one the first person did it in, everyone will get a random pull from the bag. So if you completed it at all, if you're first, you get the 3-point crystal and a 2-point crystal, I guess. If you're the second person to finish it, you get the amber crystal and a random bag pull, and you got, hey look, a 3-point crystal. And if you're the third person to finish it, you get a 2-point crystal. If you're the fourth person to finish it, you get a bag, oh look, you got a 4-point crystal. So that's cool and random, but you do that 9 times, and then you count up points at the very end, and that's how you play Ubongo 3D. So there you go. That's how you play Ubongo 3D. It's a puzzle game. It's a real-time game. You want to try and do it fast, and you want to try and, be the first one to do it preferably, because you get some guarantee of points. This is a game that I enjoy the puzzle of, and I loathe the scoring of. This is a scoring system that makes 0 sense whatsoever. Let me just get this out of the way for a bit. I'm going to dump on this for a minute. This is super dumb. It's super terrible, right? It's no fun to be doing really well at the puzzle and keep drawing lower victory point gems because, right? I get that you get tired sometimes of being just a little bit slower than everyone, and the first person gets the card. You know what I mean? Like, they get 1 point, everyone else gets 0. Sure, you want to try and kind of distribute points around. Everybody who completes the thing gets at least a bag pull, right? If you complete it in the same timer flip as the first person who finishes it, good. But this also has the issue where if one person finishes it in the sand timer and no one else does, that one person gets 3 points, and then a bag pull, which can be up to 4 points, and everybody else gets nothing. It's not the equalizer that they think it is, and this is a carryover from the original Ubongo, or Ubongo 2D, if you will. The scoring system doesn't make sense, but the puzzle is pretty fun. The puzzle's neat. Those pieces, right, in in this version with the very odd shapes and whatever, some of those can be a real hang-up and they're kind of difficult. And some of those arrangements of cards are really tricky. I do appreciate that there is a general green, yellow, orange, red difficulty kind of scaling on them. I do feel like it's perhaps a teensy bit arbitrary whether a red is really harder than an orange, and I'm sure that there's some mathematical justification as to how, but I've been stuck on green ones before while other people are finishing, and I'm like, uh-oh, you know, there's one particular piece that's a hang-up with this particular arrangement. And so, you know what? I like the puzzle. I think it's really fun. I don't know if I'm going to pull this out for people, you know, in a multi-person kind of group. I might just pull this out and fiddle with it on my own, because I do like the satisfaction of finishing the puzzle. It reminds me of just those little boxed, puzzles that you could buy from like the gamekeeper store in the mall back in the day, like the different little brick pieces, or it's just, or pattern blocks. Make these types of pattern blocks fit within the square. I just kind of liked doing that on my own more than I like jigsaw puzzles. And so if you're looking for maybe just kind of your own activity to do, this is a cool one. The fact that every piece will somehow work stacked too tall and fitting entirely within the shape shown on the card is really impressive to me. It's more impressive to me than it is fun, but it is decently fun, but probably just as a solo thing. If I have a little bit of time sitting around, I might pull this out and kind of fiddle with a couple of cards and call it good. But I'm not going to play 9 rounds of this necessarily for funzo. So, the other thing is I wish that the rulebook would make it more clear, right? It says that you have to stack all of the pieces within the boundary shown on the card and no more than 2 tall. I wish it made it perfectly clear that the only viable solutions then have to use up every single square space possible. So every area on that card will be stacked too high, too tall. And I feel like that wasn't made clear, and so I tried lots of arrangements that just led to dead-end pieces that didn't work. So be warned about that when you start off playing. But overall, Ubongo 3D, I like that I'm going to give this one a 6. It's perfectly adequate as a little puzzle toy, and less adequate as a game because of a horrible scoring system that they insist on carrying over. But other than that, I had a good time with it. I don't know what price I would be willing to pay for it, but if you see it available somewhere and you like the idea of solo puzzles and stuff, maybe you'll enjoy this one. So that's Ubongo 3D. My name is Chris. Thank you for coming by the Dice Tower. I hope you have a great day.